deep inside the brain, there is medulla oblongata. You all know medulla oblongata? That is a medical term, medulla oblongata. Above that medulla oblongata, there is light of the soul. This light of the soul is your body without any support of tissues or nerves. That womb. Our body, our physical body comes out of this light of the soul. This is the mechanism of the inner engineer of our body. So, here you see, here it says, this is called moon world. Moon world. Here is a Jyoti. Here the form. Here the deity is of male, of female. It is called in Sanskrit Ardhanariswara. Our own body is also Ardhanariswara. No male is perfect male. Likewise, no female is perfect male. So, both male aspect and female aspect are both inside our body. So, in effect, we are also Ardhanariswara. Ardhanariswara. You know this? Yeah. So, here, see, it is called Ajna Chakra. It is here, Ajna Chakra. Ajna means mandatory order. So, here we receive orders from the heaven, orders from the higher self, that is divine self. We receive orders from the divine self here. It is here. So, it is like that. So, here the deity is Hakini. The deity's name is Hakini. So, in all the chakras, there is one male deity, then one female deity. So, in all these chakras, the female deity is seated on the, here also etheric space. Are we seeing? No. So, it is invisible. Other elements are visible. So, by earth we know, by air we feel, by water we know, we drink, you know. Then fire we know is the Manipura chakra, navel region, it represents fire aspect. So, these three chakras, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, is Manipura. These represent three chakras. They are responsible for man's birth. Also, it helps the digestive system. So, we have the solar plexus here. Fire, it digests our food and absorbs the nutrition from the food. These three chakras are doing this work. So, now I explain, this person, his name is John Woodruff. John Woodruff. Other name is Arthur Everland. He was a British justice, a renowned Sanskrit scholar, and he was delved deep into Hindu philosophy. He has written one book by name Serpent Fire. Serpent Fire. It is about, it runs into about 500 pages. I have taken from his book, all this diagram and text I have taken. So, he has studied a lot and he has gone through this Leadbetter's book and other books. He has published 3 editions of this name, Serpent Power. Why this Serpent Power is? The name is because here is no linga. It is Swayambhu Linga. That means it is self-created by the Kundalini goddess. Kundalini goddess. Kundalini goddess means this is The Tantra, all knowledge of this mystical, spiritual power have been stored in the Kundalini goddess. She represents this all universal powers, hidden powers, occult powers, all in her. This, her name is Kundalini. Kundalini means a serpent. The Kundalini is in the form of serpent. This serpent, see, around this linga, it is in 3.5 rounds, this serpent is around this linga. Now, when we devote deep meditation, deep concentration, and also we should have some characteristic qualities. We should have Advaitic concept. Advaitic concept means we should know that God and His created world, universe, world or one body are not separate. They are one entity. Supreme God and His creation, universe, world and one body are not separate. Both are one entity. So this we call in Sanskrit Advaitic. That is undualism. Undualism. Not two, they are one. Likewise, the Supreme Lord and His force. And His force means that this whole world is operated by the Supreme Lord in the form of power. So both are one entity, they are not two. So this aspect is stored up in this Kundalini goddess. In Sanskrit we say Bhujangi. Bhujangi means serpent. So this author has used this word serpent power. So when we say have deep devotion, concentration, chanting of continuous, incessant chanting of mantras, one day, and we should have no ego, consciousness, possessive nature, and also some sattvic nature, we say. Vegetarian food taking, that is also too good, because we should love all living things. So in that sense, we should be vegetarians. So with all these qualities, we can, with deep devotion and chanting of the mantras, or even asanas, can do. Will rise up this Kundalini power, the serpent power. It will rise up to this rod, that is Sushumna Nadi. This Kundalini will rise up. We can rise up by this devotion. It will rise up to crown of the head. When this Kundalini is risen up, enormous heat will emerge. Even one can feel, even piles also come up. It is, my own brother had piles by this. So Kundalini rise up after this. So when every chakra, so Kundalini is when rise up, it pierces every chakra, and then it reaches up to crown of the head. So when Kundalini rise up, one can feel. So it is various persons have given their own experience. One fellow, that European youth, so had this experience. He says, when Kundalini rise up, from one chakra to another, she could see flame arising from every chakra. Ultimately, she was afraid that the flame would consume him. He was so afraid. So just like that. Then there is also, one can feel enormous sound. Some here is Agya Chakra, one can feel musical sound, pleasant sound. It is all like that. So, I have also in about 2 months back, in the midnight, I heard a cracking sound of a very huge building. For a half minute, I could see. So it is all like that. In my own experience, when I was just 20 years old, I was chanting Ram mantra. Then I was chanting Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. It was my Guru's mantra. I was chanting day and night. Then on one auspicious day, at about 4 o'clock, the Kundalini raised. Then at that time, I did not know even the term Kundalini. So it just in a jet speed, it came to another chakra, heart chakra. There, at that time, my breath stopped. I was afraid. So I ordered my soul, the light of the soul here, to stop at this stage, because something would happen. I was afraid. Then the soul obliged my request. It stopped. After 10 years, with another mantra, I could rise up, the Kundalini fire rising up to here. There I could see 5-headed serpent. 5-headed serpent. This 5-headed serpent with fangs swiftly moving from inside and outside, swiftly moving. It is very visible. This experience I had. It's just to make you understand, I got this. It's all worshipped in the Shiva temple in India. Wherever you go to temple in India, you will have this worshipping. It represents his formless form, the inverted U, the alphabet U. So somehow I explained all the chakras. So these petals are, and also these chakras are all formed by ethereal matter. So one that author, C.W. Leadbeater, in his clairvoyance, he saw that there are 7 heaven worlds. Beyond universe, there are 7 heaven worlds. 7-fold force of these 7 heaven worlds have descended into this Kundalini, and these 7-fold forces entered into these several chakras. Out of this, one primary force, out of these 7-fold, enters into every chakras, one or other. Then, by this entrance into this chakra of these 7-fold forces, one can feel siddhi or powers, divine powers one can feel, he says. So by this entrance of these 7-fold forces, he says, we are linked up with the astral world, the cosmic world. So, in a way, we are connected with the astral world by this entrance. So, we can draw cosmic forces from universe inside our body. It's all the powers one can feed it. How these petals are formed? See, around these chakras, see, I said 72,000 nerve currents are there in our body. So, the chakras we are located in our physical body. This not, though these chakras are all etheric matter, not visible, yet they have connection with our own physical body. As I said, these three chakras are responsible for man's birth, the digestion of the food and all that. So they are all related with our physical body. Yet they are invisible. Doctors cannot cut into see this. Only spiritualists can see. It takes long years to have darshan of to have the experience, practice of experience. So this author says it takes long years to visualize these chakras. As I said, one European young man had this experience, a sudden experience. This is also possible. This all that Kundalini deities, he had will. Yes. And so we can raise up this Kundalini by our own will force. That is a devotion. Exactly, so many years we have to practice. Yeah. Little and little. I say one more experience. I had my own friend in my hometown. His name was Shankara Subbu Naidu. We found they call Nayana. Nayana means father. I had, every week I used to meet him because he was a great occultist. Occultist means, one can harness the hidden cosmic forces and bring inside the physical body. That he was doing. He's a great occultist. Not only that, he was a devoted disciple of the mother of Sri Aurobindo Ashram in Pondicherry. Their mother gave him, mother is occultist. This mother gave him the Rudraksha rosary garland, manifesting occultism power into his physical body. So, with that occultism, he did one marvelous thing. Unimaginable power he exercised. The event is, in 1971, in India, there was a Bangladesh war. You know Bangladesh war. It's East Pakistan was separated from the West Pakistan. It was, that's called Bangladesh. Then only after this war, Bangladesh became a separate country, unassociated with the West Pakistan. Yeah. In that time, one Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister. About 1 lakh military army people were imprisoned by India. It has happened. So, at that time, it's Bangladesh war time, US President by name Nixon, he sent 7th Fleet. You know what is 7th Fleet? Within hours, you can destroy the whole state, whole city. It has so much power, 7th Fleet. So, he sent this 7th Fleet near Chennai, that's Tamil Nadu. There it was anchored, 7th Fleet. with all missiles. This, my friend, said to me, I have not slept for 4 days because he said, I start the operation of 7th Buddhist. I weep because I remember. So occultism can do this. You know, imagine the power. One important thing I will tell you. So when Kundalini, serpent power, rises up to this crown of the head, there you see the 1,000 petals. The petals are pointing downwards. There, when Kundalini joins with the Shiva, the Supreme Lord here, the Shakti, the force, Kundalini Shakti is the female aspect force. Without Shiva, Shakti is no more. Without Shakti, Shiva is no more. So if there is no power, the Supreme Lord has no function, unemployed. So Shakti, the female aspect, it represents the whole universe, world, our one body. So when Kundalini Shakti rises this here, there one can visualize 1 crore flash of white lightning here. 1 crore flash of lightning from every petals, 1,000 petals are here. You can see. Not only this, another one is the divine nectar. Amrita, we say in Sanskrit, Amrita, divine nectar. It will ooze out from this, it will spread over the entire body. This divine nectar, one Tantra Shastra treatise says how it will be, this divine nectar. It is hibiscus colored, vermilion colored, or sunsetting light color. This divine nectar is colorful. So it will, this divine nectar will ooze up and will engulf the whole body. It gives longevity, not only longevity, this power of speech, fame, knowledge, everything. Whatever we wish, we can get. This even ultimately, it gives cessation of rebirth. Cessation of rebirth. One can realize the divine self here, visibly see here. You know what is rebirth? What takes a rebirth? Do you believe in rebirth?
Yeah. Samsara?
Buddha says, I will read, see. Now, I must see. Sri Aurobindo, that is, you can see. This is what is Sri Aurobindo, stationed in the Pondicherry state of India. He established ashram in 1910. The mother of the ashram came from France. Her name is Mira Alfonso. Mother was not just a disciple of Sri Aurobindo. Both are, it is like equal one. She was like Shiva, she was like Supreme Divine Mother. every day, Sri Aurobindo used to do pranam to the mother by just lying down, touching her feet. About Buddha, Sri Aurobindo says, the figure of the Buddha achieves the expression of the finite, infinite. The figure of the Buddha achieves the expression of the infinite in a finite image, that we are finite image. The illimitable calm of nirvana in a human form and visage. The illimitable calm of nirvana in a human form and visage. What is Buddha's role on earth? Sri Aurobindo says, Buddha had conquered humanity. Buddha had conquered humanity by abolishing the unconsciousness. By abolishing unconscious. Unconsciousness means our body, mind, life. That's unconscious. You understand? Is there any doubt? So, we are unconscious, ignorance. So, Buddha had abolished this unconscious state of the humanity, had conquered the humanity. That was Buddha's role. In a sense, Buddha had laid foundation on earth for the spiritual evolution. This is Buddha's role. Sri Aurobindo says, how this Tantra Shastra has engulfed the whole world, I will explain. This Tantra Shastra is given by Supreme Lord. Yes, in Ionic age past. It is in the Veda, then the Puranas. Veda means a book of the divine knowledge. There was no say, paper and all this like laptop, all that. It was just by word of mouth. It has came down. The Vedic rishis, the highest mystic ones, rishis we call, they have revelation from the Supreme Lord of this Tantra Shastra. This Tantra Shastra also, that is book of the knowledge of the Tantra, have descended in the Puranas. Puranas means the mystic stories of the divine knowledge. That's called, we call Puranas. Then there is also Yoga Upanishad. There's a practical form of how to achieve this Tantric Shastra. That's called Yoga Upanishad. Upanishads are essence of the Vedic knowledge. This is how it has descended. In the 16th century, one Bengali saint, Siddhar saint, his name was Premananda. He had revelation from the divine. And in his clairvoyance, he has seen all these chakras, all these colorful chakras. And he practiced this Tantra Shastra. And his 10 descendants, 10 generations also have practiced the Tantra Shastra. It is how it has spread over the entire globe, this Tantra Shastra. And it is, see, there are 700 crores of humanity on the earth. In all these 700 crores of humanity, this Kundalini, these chakras are there, without religious barrier. Can you imagine? So, it's the greatest legacy given by India to humanity. So, I will mention some other instances. Say, there was a great emperor by the name of Shah Jahan in India. He built up this Taj Mahal, one older, 7 old. Yes. His eldest son by name is Dara Shikoy, Prince Dara Muhammad, Prince Dara Shikoy. He was a Sanskrit scholar. He was interested in Hindu philosophy also. He has written a book on this chakras. The name of the book is Risala-i-Huknama. Risala-i-Huknama is treatise book. He mentioned 3 chakras mainly. He says about this Sahasrara chakra as spherical heart. In other words, he says it's a mother of brain. Mother of brain. Then another is cardiac central chakra, heart chakra, Anagada. He says this is. He has given the name Risala Muddavar, Dilli Muddavar. He says in the Arabic name. Another one, this Agya Chakra, he says, the Dilli Sanobari, Dilli Sanobari, Sanobari. This one. This he says, this Visuddha Chakra, throat center. He says, cedar heart. Cedar means, trees. Cedar heart means, because of this 16 petals, it looks like trees. Cedar heart, he says. So this is how 3 chakras he has mentioned.
I have a question.
Pardon?
What is the petal? What is the petal for?
Petals.
Each one has several petals.
Each one?
Yeah, so like
This
the
one.
first one is 4, the second one is 6, the third one is 10. What is the petals?
Petals, huh?
What is
Oh,
that?
these petals, how formed? It's all etheric matter. Etheric matter. See, around these chakras, is located in different parts of the body. Like cerebral space, then this navel region, this heart region. It's all the same. There are 72,000 nadis. These nadis, these nadis give the shape of the petals. The nerve currents around this physical body, 70,000 nadis were there. The chakras are placed in the different locations. So these nerve currents give the shape of the petals. These petals are formed by prana. Prana means life force, manifested by this is etheric matter. Prana means life force that are manifested by the etheric force, that is Akash, invisible. All are saying this etheric matter is the most important one. This is the cause of all whole universe and our own body. So it is how the petals are formed by the nerve currents only. So,
So should we wrap up? Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
If you have any questions, should we continue here or should we?
We can also discuss in the dining room.
Yeah, she mentioned that it's time for lunch, so should we?
even
another
Muhammadan
few
Sufi
more-
saints also, they have also written say these books. Muhammadan Sufi saints, they are more docile, sattvic also, other than this Islamic. Yeah. Then one Sufi saint by name Al-Biruni, Al-Biruni, B-I-R-U-N-I. This saint has translated Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and also Samkhya Sutra in 11th century. 11th century. Patanjali's Yoga Sutras means it's a principles of how one can do yoga and all that. It's a principles. This also a Samkhya Sutra means this God is represents static consciousness. Then world is as the Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti nature. The Supreme God is static. Then nature is changeful. This all world, universe, world, our one body are changeful. Changeless is the Parabrahman, Supreme Lord. So it is from the changeless one, changeful has come down. From changeless come down, changeful. So our body is also changing, universe also is changing, ever changing. Every moment there is change. This is life. So, any question? What?
Yeah. So you mean that each one has a different color? Is that you
Yeah,
can
color,
feel,
how?
You can feel when you are meditating. You can see it when you.
Yeah. So one can see you say as the same color. One can see inside. When you have clairvoyance, so in Visuddha Chakra, he says, here we are connected with the astral body, cosmic force. We can hear clairaudience. In clairaudience means voice, we can hear voice from cosmic force. Here in clairvoyance, we can see visibly. Yeah, you can see here, you can see visibly here also. Here, this is Ajna Chakra. Here we can see landscape, and even we can feel, say, journeying through air. We can say, in consciousness, we can feel, we can visit other countries. There was one, say, in 1000 years before, 2000 years before, there was one saint in Tamil Nadu. His name is Bhogar, Siddhar saint. She traveled in his subtle body to Thailand, Burma, China also. This is all in pictures is depicted in his temple. In the Tamil Nadu, there is Palani Hills. He manifested one deity by name Muruga. In Hindi we call Kartikeya. This Kartikeya means Shiva's son. Supreme Shiva Lord's son. He has manifested that. Just like that.
Okay,
So-
any more questions? Or you can continue the discussion in the dining hall.
So I will tell you again.
Okay.
Yeah.
The answer will be continued with the
Yes.
questions.
Oh,
Okay, and we appreciate the research of us.